Welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. We just had our discussion with Kindly Cheng here, who has something else to talk to us about. That feels... Kindly Cheng has her head buried in her PDA and her hand on her bottle. She doesn't look up at you. I think you have business to attend to, Dragon's Breath. Now go away. I'm busy. Okay. So we should get out of here. It was interesting, the exchange that we had. I like her characterization. She clearly has, a decent amount of like flavor right off the bat. Gives us a sense that she's, she's business minded. Obviously, she's, not hesitant to admit to her status, her actions and her group and all that, but also not unfeeling and appreciative of people's unique qualities. She complimented us. She also complimented Nightjar, the big guy who got shot in the first episode. So she has, she about specific things that we were each, specific qualities we had, but the insulation on these heavy wires is cracked. They buzz and crackle occasionally as stray... Oh, I hate that. Don't mess with the law. How do you even get that out of... I guess this is a... Oh, wait, is this a dock or is this a... I guess they fit through that gap. Couldn't tell if this was a proper dock or this looks like it might be a barge or something. It's maybe been sort of semi-permanently attached. Law's Techno Palace. Let's see about this. Press the buzzer. There's a crackle of static, then a brusque voice answers. What do you want? The voice's Cantonese is precise, but the accent sounds American. Is this a medical clinic? No, it's a chicken factory. What do you want? I need a cyberdoc. Yeah, that's me, but listen, lady, I don't know you. I don't like people I don't know. Who sent you? I'm friends with Isabel and Gobbet. Yeah, those two drag some real prizes out of the river. You get Nightjar to vouch for you, I'll consider giving you the time of day. Got it? Nightjar is dead. There's a long silence on the intercom. Crying shame if that's true, and I saw that one coming. So you just washed up with Isabel and Gobbet, huh? You know what that tells me? You're here today, and you'll be gone tomorrow. I'll keep my distance. I'm doing a job for Kindly. A job for Kindly, huh? You and every other hood in the Kong. Come back if you get some wheels around here, otherwise fuck off. There's a burst of static and the intercom goes dead. Alright, so nothing from there yet. I assume that the deaths are fixed, right? That the two people who die is always the same? I guess there's the slight chance that isn't the case, but I'd be surprised. Okay. The audio mixing is pretty good in places. The very slight bassy notes of the club nearby as we were walking by, and they were only in my left ear, really. It's well done. Okay, I don't think there's much out here. We could buy some equipment if we wanted to, but I don't think that's going to be much help here. And if it operates like the other games, the stuff that's sold at the vendors won't refresh until we hit certain milestones in the story anyway. So there's not much point. Okay, let's quickly look at our karma. So, hit points increased by 10. Trying to remember everything a little bit. Okay, quickness is used to reduce the chance to be hit by enemy attacks. Dodge further reduces the chance to hit by physical attacks. I don't remember if there was a separate avoid, or is physical attacks all non-magical attacks? I don't know if that's only, if that includes guns or not. Okay, enemy HP visible with Biotech 2. There's nobody to buy. I haven't seen anybody to buy our conjuring spells from. There's no real reason to spend this. Okay. Maintain control. I was commenting on this before, but I didn't see anything that suggested that I could lose control of a spirit, which confuses me. Okay, so it's 6. I get a new etiquette, but I can't get there. I don't really see a lot of reason to spend right now, except for maybe to put a point in body for some health. Maybe into quickness to avoid. You know, it's not even a lot to do this, so I'm gonna put in for the next tier of rifle. I'll leave the rest. I think we should get going. We didn't get to pick who we were going with yet, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. Apparently I didn't talk to him. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures with his hand, with his head. Auntie Cheng said you're coming. You can pass. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so here's our first choosing our team. Okay. Choose who to modify their loadout. Permanently incapacitated, automatically extracted for emergency medical care. Oh, that's different. Patched up and ready for action the next time you return to Haoi. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some dock wagon trauma kits into the field. So I can still revive people, then what's... I don't think people could perma-die in the previous entries, could they? Is this just a different way to describe the exact same... stuff? I think it might be. I guess we'll see. Okay, either Gobbet or Isabel must be present. I think I should take Isabel since Gobbet has similar skills to me, but I mean, I do love having two shamans together, but I think that's gonna be not for the best here. Okay. Really can't even look at much here. I can't even... Can I even get... I can't even get at the gear for... Oh, maybe I can? Do I have to... I don't... Ugh, I don't like that. It seems like I can't edit this. Okay. Well... Travel to the walled city. City of Darkness. Kowloon Walled City, the most densely populated space on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease, and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Trash lies piled on roofs for controlled burns. Improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is triad law. And now you need to enter the septic system of a city. Find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bao, and deliver a message from Kindly Chang. Oh, that's right. I forgot the game. For some reason, the game doubles up on this. Okay. So it's got 2 menus. I do not need to carry that. Thankfully, as I noticed before, I believe I can do pickup management on the fly, which, as far as I can recall, was not possible before and was a headache because you could end up with full inventory and no way to deal with it. Oh, this is locked. Okay. Is it really locked? I guess just the... okay. All right, well, here we go. Foul, oily water runs down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. In the distance, the sound of back alley activity adds to the ambiance at your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot. Sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set foot in this place? Who knows? He'd have to be insane to travel to the walled city. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere, maybe the worst in the world. She does her best to suppress a shudder. Can't keep the dread from creeping into her voice. Can't believe I grew up here. Sorry to have to drag you back. Isabel looks around her, closes her eyes. You could have brought Gobbet instead. I would have been cool with that. She peers up at the catwalks and sky bridges that connect the rotting tenement's sagging architecture. Frowning, she points to a spot in the distance. There was a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to start. I thought you knew where to find Strangler Bao. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what Bao calls the little island of control that he's carved out for himself here. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. He'll He'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live. But I'd rather keep Auntie Cheng happy than piss her off again. This group's safety is my biggest concern. We don't need to risk our necks for a bunch of triad thugs. I like the way you think. The Decker looks around, wrinkles her nose. I want out of this place as fast as possible. Damn right. Let's do this. Okay. Optional, do not kill any yellow lotus. Okay. This is much more open than I expected it to be, but maybe we're on rooftops. Yeah, it does sort of look like rooftops. A putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You see nothing that would cause it. Over here. Help. A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and splatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move. She's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip in her jacket pocket, but as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her, but her eyes remain fixed on you. You either. Who are you? I'm a student at HKU. She glances around watchfully. Over your shoulder, the buildings looming above her, into windows nearby. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. This place is dangerous. What are you doing here alone? I wasn't alone, not until a few days ago. Another long, wet cough. I'd been living here with a family in one of the inner blocks for the last couple of months, working on my master's thesis. Funny place to write a thesis. Her voice takes on a defensive edge. It's the right place for mine. My thesis is on Feng Shui and the sixth world. What's Feng Shui? Feng Shui. Although she's exhausted and possibly ill, the student's eyes gleam. Feng Shui is one of the 5 arts of Chinese metaphysics. Before the awakening, it was thought of as a philosophical system for harmonizing people with the surrounding environment. You know, architecture, interior design, stuff like that. Now, in the sixth world, Feng Shui has become more than that. My thesis is about how it's actually a form of magic. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the invisible life energy that binds everything, every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry that's grown up around it. This doesn't look like a place where people are harmonized with anything. No, it isn't. Not at all. The Feng Shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, just look at this place. She gestures at the squalor surrounding you. The key here is all wrong. You can feel it, right? I felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad key, huh? Qi needs to flow. Positive Feng Shui allows that to happen. If Qi gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. I also if anybody knows better than me and can say firmly how to pronounce these things, I will take it under advisement. I know a little bit, but I also know that English translations of and romanizations of Chinese words and really lots of Asian languages are typically pretty heavily butchered. So qi, qi, feng shui, feng shui. I mean, I'm sure there's, especially because Chinese is tonal. I'm sure no matter what, I'm wrong. But I'd like to get at least a little bit more accurate if possible. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running I guess you'd call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. She holds out a crumpled piece of paper. Please, follow the notes on this sheet. Duncan takes the paper from her outstretched hand and examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have measurable impact on key flow. If I'm right, it should improve, and life here should get a little bit better. You rest. I'll take care of it. I mean, ma'am, if you're bloodied, can we, I don't know, provide you some medical assistance or something? I guess not. Well. It really does let you zoom out quite a lot. Merchant. The street vendor gestures towards a jumbled pile of tarnished chains, costume jewelry, and trinkets on a stained flannel blanket. Look at these beauties. Very valuable, very pretty. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? No. He shakes his head. That's not something that's not something that someone would say around here. What's been going on around here? I heard Strangler Bow's making a move. The vendor's eyes narrow and he glances over your shoulder before he speaks. The Strangler's men are getting reckless. Too dangerous to do business in the old market now. I had to move shop. The old market is deeper inside the walled city, right? So isn't being out here on the edge kind of a step up? Depends how good a spot you had. Mine was good. People living deeper inside want pretty things, too. No one else was selling them there. He looks from left to right, then shrugs. Maybe this'll be a good spot. Have to wait and see. Show me what you're selling. Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't really like fetishes in the other games simply because they are, they're consumables and they take up inventory and cost money. And these are, I mean, for how much I have right now, I really don't have the money for it, but wires are sparking dangerously just above the doorway. Patch the worn-out wire coating. A quick patch job with some nearby waste rubber leaves the wires safe once more. Which quest is that for? Is that for the Feng Shui quest? I think it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it tells us exactly what it is, where those things are. I don't like seeing a ley line because that means potential combat. Uh-huh. Yeah, those are Yellow Lotus guys. Let's take... Oh, you know what? We can... I gotta remind myself I can quick save. Let's just avoid those guys for now. This market stall has been picked clean. Its owner replaced it by a pool of dried blood. Yikes. Spiritual energy. A pile of filthy rags lies heaped on the ground. A man's shirt encrusted with dried blood and grime. A swelling sensation behind your eyes tell you that something is bound to the cloth. A spirit of some kind. You could use your abilities to beckon it out of the rags if you wanted to. Is this for combat? Or is this a narrative thing? The air above the bloody rags shimmers. Slowly, something close to man-shaped coalesces into being. A soft voice echoes out from deep inside, as if it began somewhere else. What is this? The spirit peers at you through eyes as soft and undefined as poached eggs. Where am I? Kowloon, the walled city. His expression changes, moved from lost to found. Still? It raises its hand to examine them, blank eyes sweeping over dead flesh. How? What's the last thing you remember? The last thing. The spirit searches the sky for an answer. I was pushed out of my shop, hunted through alleys. The spirit's mouth widens in horror. Bao and his men. I wouldn't pay them, wouldn't accept their protection. Proud. I was too proud. A cold light flares from somewhere deep in its throat. They tore me apart, butchered me like a duck. It searches the sky, the ground, tearing at the memories inside itself. As it relives its own death, a network of deep cuts opens in its waxy skin, spattering black ichor on the ground. The cold light within it glows brighter. It pulses up the thing's throat and into its mouth, forcing its jaws to unhinge like a snake's. A burning radiance pours out of the spirit's mouth like vomit, spattering to the ground in an ectoplasmic flood of anger and despair. Maybe you can help us. Help? It looks confused, lost. I can... What are the two things here? I don't really understand the difference. I mean, one of them is more explicit, but let's see what this one is. You can get us past Bao's guards and into the walled city so we can find him. The spirit's eyes roll in its head and it shudders, struggling to let the passion dissipate. I had a friend. It squeezes its eyes shut as it struggles to remember. A smuggler of animals. He had a space, hidden, secret. Yes, spirit, tell me about the secret space. An entrance in the sublevels. The spirit clasps its head in its hands. A chute, a door, red paint, and numbers. 5465, 5465. Thank you, spirit. The entity squeezes its eyes shut and turns away. 5465, 5465, 5465. This is why I like playing Shaman. It's great for getting more narrative stuff to do. Okay, I think we should still avoid that way. Let's see what's in other directions. That was the way we came. That's the way we went. Okay, let's see about this side of things. That's where we came from. Actually, I'm kind of at a loss now. Hang on. Is there a way onto this roof? It doesn't look like it. It wants me to go over there. Oh, we didn't talk to this person. Who's this? A bedraggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of your approach. Clothing, clothing. I have good quality clothing for sale. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? She cocks her head like a dog, listening to a noise that I can't understand. Prosperity? She sounds it out to herself. I don't know what that means. Later, lady. Okay. Maybe we do have to approach the Yellow Lotus guys. I don't see another way to go anywhere else. I'm hoping we can negotiate our way past them. A well-muscled and heavily tattooed triad member looks up from his PDA, bored but alert. Behind him, other Yellow Lotus soldiers take notice and turn to leer at you. You're in the wrong neighborhood, tourist girl. You and your little tourist friends. I'm a local. I work for Kindly Chang. Show some respect. The triad soldier sneers at her. That's so. Then you already know that you shouldn't be here. That fossil doesn't run things around here anymore. His hand strays to his jacket, and a conspicuous bulge in the fabric. Could be a gun, a knife, or a blackjack. Best get moving, little girl. Best move before we hurt you all real bad. I'm not gonna tell you twice. I don't think they're gonna like us wanting to deliver a message. Relax, we're just here to check in on the local merchants. The merchants belong to Bao now. He waves you off. Get lost. Well, now I'm at a loss. What happens if I try? Oh, we told you get lost. You didn't listen. Now I'm thinking you need to be taught a lesson. Well, I would prefer not to do this, so... we can, I don't like that the quick load just opens the load menu. Okay. Where else do we go, though? I didn't see any other doors or other paths we hadn't explored yet. I guess that is just, it just says Lotus Den, so I guess that's where we need to go. Where... I'm just very confused. I mean, the other two repair locations are not in this area, but I don't know how to leave this area. I don't see anywhere else to go, for that matter. Unless we can back out the way we came in? No, can't even leave that way. Well, how the heck do we... I'm very confused. missing? This rooftop is inaccessible, but there's people on it. I didn't miss something, did I? Some way to get on there? No, it doesn't want me to path on there at all. We need to go down somewhere. I'm genuinely quite confused. Oh, maybe back over here? No, that doesn't look like anything. Oh no, here we go. Okay, there is a path. That was not very clear at all. Okay. You come upon a heavily muscled triad soldier screaming at a bearded old man, holding a bleeding nose. The punk wags a cheap, disposable cred stick in the old man's face. This? The bright plastic case would look cheerful if it weren't smeared with blood. This isn't enough. You've got two options, old man. You can find a way to pay me all of the money, or you can drag your bony ass deeper into the wall. Find a spot for yourself there with the pimps and the predators. They should find a nice use for you. Your choice. The old man wails. It's not fair. I can't just pack up and leave. I've been living here 22 years, and Is this how it's going to be? He rolls his burly shoulders. Fine by me. Oh, okay. I didn't get to intervene at all. Well. Okay. I'm guessing now we can help him. Oh, or not. He's out cold. Well, he's sure wriggling around a lot for somebody who's out cold. Oh, here's one of the feng shui things we need to do. These tires have been set aflame and have been burning for some time. The smell is awful. We can do nothing about it? Maybe I have to summon a water thing or something? Or maybe I'll get something later. I don't know. Bucket of sand. That's smarter because I don't. Water would probably not be super effective on a petroleum fire. So these tires have been set aflame and have been burning for some time. The smell is awful. Pour the bucket of sand onto the flames. The flames are stifled beneath the dirty sand and soil from the bucket. Okay, that's 2 out of 3. This is fairly linear, all things considered. All right. The door is secured by a lock with a badly dented keypad. The keys themselves are deeply scored as though somebody had gone to work on them with a penknife. We can leave that for now. Maybe get Isabel to help with it in a minute. The door has been secured by a series of heavy bars with old motors to retract them. A stained and soiled keypad has been set into the door frame. Oh, this was the right door. Okay. Oh. Well. I guess he did say that this was, that his friend was what do you call it? Animal smuggler. So, I shouldn't be completely surprised. Wow, that has a big area of effect. Oh, right. Hellhounds have, You know what I didn't think about when I picked Isabel instead of Gobbet is that Gobbet is not a pure, not a pure shaman. So I was actually her, what do you call it? Her mage buffs are not available to us, including the heal. So, huh. So what happens if I... Oh, I don't even need to be near it. I could have sworn before you needed to... I could have sworn before that to summon spirits you had to be right next to the things, but... Oh, okay. How many AP does this thing have? It has 4, okay. Nice. Oh, I didn't even need to haste. Cool. Alright. 71 new yen. Okay. Well, we have our way up, but I want to wander around a bit. Maggots churn within stews of unidentifiable ingredients. Nice. Gun runner. Okay. You selling? A tubby man with a twice broken nose glances up at you from a pile of gun parts. He offers you a gap-toothed smile. Nice firearms here. Good for protection. You got a husband or wife, you got kids, you got to keep them safe with one of the... You keep them safe with one of these beauties. Quality is guaranteed. Your satisfaction is everything. You want to buy? Ever heard anyone say prosperity's in the walled city? He snorts his reply. If you're an organ legger or a gun runner or a triad, there sure as shit is. Otherwise, you're looking at a hand-to-mouth, meal-to-meal existence here. Bao know you're selling guns in his area? Got Bao's permission to sell weapons in this stall. Been selling a lot of them, even more than usual. He grins. That's good for me. How do you stand it here? Business is good here, woman. Real good. Yeah, it's disgusting, but you go where the market is. Show me what you've got. Okay, this looks like the same list that the guy in the starting area. Although, what's the I don't know. Are these cheaper? They might be cheaper. I don't know. All right. What's on the other side over here? Oh, wait. Real quick. The Yellow Lotus Enforcer glares at you. You can see the outline of the old man's cred stick in his vest pocket. He flexes and his muscles bulge. What do you want? Step away, asshole, right now. I assume this ends in a fight, but maybe it doesn't? Thought I'd relieve you of the burden of currency. Cred stick, please. I've got a better idea. Think I'll take your money instead. He licks his lips. Give me your cred sticks or you'll get what the old guy got. I'm not playing around. Shaking down a Shadowrunner isn't a good idea, sweetheart. Give me the old man's cred stick before I put a hole where your head is. He comes up short, frowning. His eyes shift from you to Duncan to the assault rifle on Duncan's back. Oh, to hell with it. There's nothing on this old stick anyway. He tosses the cheap stick back to you. The balance on its LED screen reads 63. You got what you came for. Now get out, yeah? I got a date in an hour and I don't need you messing it up. Remember this the next time you decide to shake down an old man. He waves you off. Yeah, get out. Cool, that worked. Okay, this looks like it's the end of the area. Why can't I interact? There we go. This old rusted water valve might be able to close off the flow of water that's pouring out of the broken pipe. Duncan, can you give me a hand with this? Duncan steps up to the valve. Sure thing, shouldn't be too hard. The flow of water ceases. Less clean water will run off into the streets now. Nice. Well, that seems to be about everything in this area, so I think we should get ourselves to the ladder. Maybe we should check this out. Let's see. Hold on. Why is it controls were being fussy? Ask Isabel to bypass the panel. Nothing to it. She loads up a program on her deck and effortlessly decodes the door lock. The door unlocks. Well, we're not in combat yet. Oh. Hatch deadbolt. There's another... Huh. Oh, this goes straight to the Lotus Den. That's interesting. This terminal belongs to Bao's people. I bet that we can get something useful out of it. The terminal is locked with a password prompt. Ask Isabel to jack in. Oh, we're... okay. So this is going into the Matrix. Okay, maybe we'll play with this next time. Or we can walk back up the other ladder. We can see what our options are. Actually, yeah, let's just see. This goes straight into the Lotus Den, so this presumably does not. But getting information would probably be a good endeavor. And oh no, these both go to the Lotus Den. Huh. Okay. I might do it anyway for the karma. Just do the hacking, because it shouldn't really cost us anything to complete, other than, you know, time and effort. So presumably we should get some karma out of it. But I presume this is what happens if you didn't have a shaman with you, and I guess this is your two ways through. So no matter what your personal class is, you will always either have Isabel, who can open this door and this hatch, or you have Gobbet, who can summon the thing upstairs and learn about the other door over there, and then you can get through that way. But we'll try and maximize our XP here. But we'll do that next time.